the car. The speed of the car was 80 to 100 kilometers per hour. After reaching a point, he saw that a bus is overtaking him at a high speed. It felt a bit mysterious to him, because at this time no bus runs in this route. After thinking for a while, he came into a conclusion that the bus may be going to the garage. Robin noticed that the bus continued in the front or side lane after overtaking him. Robin could see everything in front of him. In the distance, a woman holds a small child, waving her hand. Robin saw the woman waving her hand and trying to get the bus to stop. It seemed strange to Robin. What is a woman doing on the street at night? Thinking quickly, he saw that the bus did not stop. Instead, it ran over the woman and the child. Robin saw, then the bus was moving away at a high speed. And the road ahead of him is covered in flesh and blood. The head of the woman and the ear were completely bruised. Two bodies are lying on the road. He seems to be getting closer to the scene. Robin first thought not to stop because if a policeman came to the section at this time, he will get into trouble. He stopped, even though he thought he wouldn't stop. Stopping, he lowered a glass and peered down the road, and was surprised. There was nothing. There is nothing on the road. The road is completely empty. He saw from a distance that blood was spread on the road, but there is nothing in that spot. No blood or dead bodies. Since he was a driver, drivers see many things on the road, so he could figure it out. Guessing the matter, he hastily raised the glass of the window and was about to leave when someone put a hand on his back. A woman's voice called out to Robin from behind her hand.
Take me to hospital.
Looking back at the looking glass chilled Robin's bones. He saw a woman with her head hanging from her neck and a small baby in her lap. The kid's head was bruised. Bleeding continues and his car fills with blood. The woman held Robin in cold hands and said,
Take me to hospital.
Robin doesn't know what to do. Leave the car and run away? Or something else? Absent-mindedly, he drove on, at high speed. Robin is running with the car and occasionally hears someone from behind saying, Take me to the hospital. Take me to hospital. After driving at high speed, when he came in front of the hospital, he looked in the looking glass with fear and saw that there was no one in the back seat. There are no bloodstains or dead bodies. Then Robin fainted as he got out of the car. People from shops around the hospital picked him up and admitted him to the hospital. He never drove a car after this incident. He gave up driving for life. Subscribe us for more chilling horror stories.
Small Madhapur village on the banks of Ichamati River. The open natural beauty surrounding this village has created a beautiful and varied way of life in the lap of nature. A few houses are scattered here and there. Although it is a village in name, most of it is full of empty fields, ponds, and large trees. At the very edge of the village, there is a huge palm tree, and next to it a small thatched mud house surrounded by a fence. The house belongs to Manohar Chatterjee. But by the irony of fate, The happiness of the beautiful and diverse lifestyle of the village did not catch up here. So maybe Father Manohar Chatterjee left his wife
বাবা
and two
মনোহর
little girls
চ্যাটার্জি
and
সেই
left
যে জাহাজে কাজ
prematurely,
করবে বলে বাড়ি
leaving a
থেকে
lot of
বেরোলেন
sadness in the family.
আজ পর্যন্ত বাড়ি ফেরেননি।
Due to the economical issues, she took the route of selling the vegetables grown in the garden in the daily market. The market is a mile away from the village. She had to go out early in the morning and return in the evening. Kamala Devi and her two daughters, Ramna Jamna, used to live somehow. There was a big palm tree next to their house. Flowers and fruits did not hold anything in it, which is called barren tree. People used to avoid the palm tree in the afternoon. Especially children were not allowed to go around that tree. People believe that something comes down from that palm tree at night when the evening falls. A very terrible ghostly creature with one leg. It was after summer, rainy, stormy time. All around is covered with thick clouds. A storm has arisen. The wind is about to break the windows and doors. Meanwhile, the storm has just started to blow in the market. Everyone around is busy wrapping up the shops. Kamala was also preparing to return home when suddenly Bishu called out,
"The storm is coming. Stay here for a bit."
No, Bishuda. I can't delay. I need to get home first.
No sooner had Kamala finished speaking, a flash of lightning followed by large raindrops.
Daughter, you cannot make it to home during this storm. This storm will not end soon. It will continue. Listen to me, just sit and wait here.
If I don't go...
The conversion did not end with Kamala. Black, thick clouds covered all around, and heavy thunder and lightning started with stormy rain. She looked at the stormy rain that started with intense speed, with two desperate and fearful eyes. The darkness of the night is gradually getting thicker. The rain has not stopped yet. The wind has slowed down, but the rain continues in full force. Two sisters are sitting outside house. Ruma said,
"Hey Jamna, it's getting late." "Yes, Ramna. When will Mom come?" "I don't know. Maybe she won't come today." "Are you sure, sister? Mom won't come?" "No, with..."
Look at this storm. During this dangerous storm, how can she come?
I am very scared, sister."
Don't be scared, sister. I think Mom will come tomorrow early morning.
I am really very scared.
Don't be scared. Come on, let's go inside. We should not be outside at night.
The two sisters walked in and closed the door. The wind has started blowing again outside. The darkness of the night has begun to increase again in keeping with the speed of the rain. A dark darkness slowly engulfed the surrounding of the house. There was some food left in the morning. The two sisters ate that and went to sleep. A kerosene lamp started burning as the only source of light surrounding the frozen darkness. A gentle, cold breeze began to flow through the cracks of the closed doors and windows. Two sisters fell asleep with a thick blanket on them.
Children, where are you? Open the door. Open the door.
It was around 2 or 2:30 at night. The sound of strong winds echoed from all directions. Rumna woke up upon hearing a voice. It felt as if someone was calling her name. Dismissing it as her imagination, she was about to turn over and go back to sleep when she heard the voice again.
Where are you? Where are you? My child, where are you? Open the door. Where are you? Please open the door. It's raining outside.
A trembling, sorrowful voice called out, begging to be let in from the storm. Rumna sat up in alarm. The faint light from the hurricane lantern flickered in the dark room. A soft knocking sound came from the door, accompanied by the pleading voice.
Where are you? Where are you? My child, where are you? Open the door. Where are you? Please open the door. It's raining outside.
No, it's our mom's voice. That means Mother came back. I have to open the door.
Overcome with a mix of fear, joy, and disbelief, Rumna stepped out and walked toward the door. Rumna slowly opened the door and saw her mother, Kamala Devi, standing there. Partially illuminated by flashes of distant lightning. Rumna embraced her mother tightly, feeling a deep sense of relief and warmth.
Sister, come and see. Mom has come.
Hey, step aside. Can't you see? I've gotten all wet.
However, something felt off. Kamala Devi's clothes were soaked and clung to her body in an unsettling way. Rumna was stunned to see her mother.
Sorry, Mom.
All right, it's fine. I understand everything. You'll catch a cold in this rain, and that could be dangerous. When will you understand? Come on, let's go inside.
She dismissed Rumna's concerns and hurried inside, advising her daughter to shut the door against the worsening storm.
Close the door and go inside. The rain is getting heavier.
Yes, Mom, let's go.
Since water had fallen inside the house and it became all muddy, Kamala Devi went to the next room to change her clothes. Rumna asked her mother,
Mom, the light of the lantern has dimmed. Should I replace it with kerosene?
No, it's fine. There's no need to do that so late. I'll just go to sleep now. What will I do with the light?
All right, Mom.
Did you eat?
Yes, Mom.
Go lie down. I'll be there soon.
Do you want something to eat? Are you hungry?
No, it's all right. You all lie down. If I get hungry, I'll eat later.
Rumna, without saying anything further, went to the bed and lay down. As the night progressed, Rumna and her sister Jumna lay in bed.
Hey, Jumna. Jumna, Mom has come.
Half asleep, Jumna replies in a drowsy voice.
Mom! Where is she?
Here I am, Jumna. I have arrived.
Mom!
Kamala Devi came and lay down on the wooden bed. Jumna, in a drowsy voice, hugged her mother. Then she turned to her sister's side and lay down.
I am rubbing your back. Now, go to sleep.
A lot of time had passed. The storm and rain had stopped. The sound of frogs croaking was coming from outside. Suddenly, Jumna began to feel uneasy. She opened her eyes. A strange expression of pain appeared on her face. She gently shook her sister.
What happened? Why are you calling?
Hey, sister! My back hurts a lot. Please tell Mom to rub it a little.
When Rumna turned to alert their mother, she froze in horror. the faint light, she saw a grotesque, monstrous figure hunched over Jumna, licking her back with a long, snake-like tongue. Blood dripped from its mouth, which was split unnaturally wide, revealing sharp teeth. Where is Mom? This is something else. Her lips were split. A row of sharp teeth had come out, and her mouth twisted. In fear and panic, she lost her words and lay back down under the quilt. Jumna spoke again.
Did you tell? The pain is increasing. It's burning a lot.
Rumna did not respond. Her body was trembling with fear. When she didn't get a reply, Jumna called for her mother.
Mom! Oh, Mom! My back is burning so much! Please rub it!
Yes, my kid. I'm doing it.
After a while, Jumna fell asleep again. But sleep did not come to Rumna. She turned to the other side, shivering with fear, thinking about what to do.
Who is she? What is this in our house?
Suddenly, the same expression of pain appeared on Jumna's face again. She opened her eyes and called her sister.
Sister!
But this time, she saw Rumna had turned towards her and was signaling her to be quiet with a finger on her lips.
Our mother didn't come tonight. That thing from the palm tree. The Ekanora has come. We have to run immediately.
Jumna froze. Fear and panic robbed her of any remaining sleep. She whispered back.
How will we survive? I'm so scared. My back is burning so badly.
I am figuring something out. Mom. Oh, Mom. I need to pee really bad. Can I go?
Go, but come back quickly.
But Mom, I am scared. Should I take my sister with me?
All right, go. But it's going to rain again outside. And that palm tree over there, it's not safe. It could be dangerous at night. Come back quickly.
And then an answer came in the exact voice of Kamala Devi. The two sisters slowly got out of bed and moved toward the door. Rumna clutched her hand firmly, quickly unlatched the door, and stepped outside. Just as she was about to lock it from the outside, a loud, clanging noise came from the door. A spine-chilling scream echoed from inside.
Hey! You trapped me, you wretched brats! Open the door! Open it, I say, or I need both of you alive. Open it! I'll shoot you both to pieces. Wait, I'm coming for you. Just wait.
It hurts so much.
If we survive, we'll think about everything else later, run. Sister, run.
Without looking back, the two sisters ran as fast as they could. Behind them, a loud banging noise filled the air, accompanied by the terrifying, blood-curdling screams of the creature.
Hey! You trapped me, you wretched brats! Open the door. Open it, I say, or I need both of you alive. Open it. I'll chew you both to pieces.
Wait, I'm coming for you.
Within moments, the door burst open, and that monstrous entity, its long, twisted tongue lolling out, emerged. Hopping on one foot, it began chasing them at great speed. The sky rumbled, and a fierce storm broke out once again. The two sisters kept running, ignoring the pounding rain. Through fields, marshes, and bamboo groves, they raced toward Paikpara village. Even then, they could hear the horrifying creature following them, its grotesque laughter echoing through the storm. It was getting closer. Running as fast as they could, they finally spotted the first house of the village. Rumna and Jumna ran up to the door and banged on it frantically.
Open the door. Open it too. Save us, please. Open it quickly. It killed us. Save us, please. Open it quickly. Save us, save us. The Ekanora has killed us. Please. Open the door. Open it too. Save us, please. Open it quickly. It killed us. Save us, please. Open it quickly. Save us, save us. The
After a
Ignore has
moment,
killed us.
the owner of the house, Haradhan Mukherjee, opened the door.
What happened, child, at this hour? Tell me, please.
My back! Sister! My back, it's burning so much!
Before she could say anything, Jumna collapsed unconscious onto Rumna's shoulder. Without wasting any time, Haradhan quickly brought the two of them inside and shut the door. After a while, when the girls had calmed down a bit, Haradhan asked Rumna to explain everything. Meanwhile, his wife was busy tending to Jumna. Slowly, Rumna recounted the entire incident. After listening carefully, Haradhan said nothing for a long time.
By God's great mercy, you two have survived. That tree near your house isn't safe. It's true. There's a terrifying one-legged creature called the Akanra that lives there. Its mouth is split wide open, and with its long, lolling tongue it watches from the treetops, waiting for children. If it ever finds one alone, it climbs down instantly and snatches them away. But enough of this for now. When your mother comes tomorrow, we'll figure something out.
Night passed. The storm eventually died down. Haradhan and his wife kept the two sisters with them for the rest of the night. The next morning, there was a knock on the door.
There is. Open the door. I am Kamala. Open the door.
Who came again so early in the morning? Wait, coming.
When they opened it, they saw a woman standing there, her face pale with fear, her eyes filled with anxiety. Understanding the situation, Haradhan's wife quickly brought her inside and called for her husband. Gradually, the truth unfolded. Upon hearing that Rumna and Jumna were safe, Kamala Devi let out a sigh of relief, her voice breaking into tears. She asked in a choked voice, "What happened to my daughters?"
Where are my daughter?
They're fine. They're asleep. I've taken care of everything. Don't worry.
But sir, what should we do now? Where will we go now?
Haradhan thought for a while and then said,
Good, I see. The girls are sleeping. Eat some flattened rice and puffed rice. Calm yourselves. In the morning, I'll gather people and call for a tantric.
Later that day, Haradhan, Kamala Devi, and some villagers accompanied the two sisters back home. Upon reaching the house, the villagers took the initiative to uproot the old, cursed tree in the yard. A local shaman performed a ritual at the site and sealed the place with sacred markings.
I have sealed this place with protective chants. There's no need to worry. In a few days, plant some vegetables here. Once the land becomes fertile and the crops start growing, there will be no more trouble.
From then on, Kamala Devi turned that land into a beautiful vegetable garden. She sold the vegetables at the market and used the money to repair their small thatched house, eventually turning it into a solid, permanent home. Thus, Kamala Devi's once struggling family blossomed into a happy and prosperous home.
Hello, Bob. Myself, Laura, a final year student, BS Medical College. My senior gave me this number.
Do you require a dead body? Call me in the morning.
Sorry, but this is very urgent. Please manage something. Tomorrow I have a practice exam. I can't wait till tomorrow. I must have a body today.
Why do you guys act like this? In the last moment, you remember? Anyways, you need it by today. Then you have to pay me more. It will be $5,000.
What? Seriously? I know the price is $3,000.
Look, ma'am. You need the body urgently. Within this short time, I have to manage a body. So you have to pay me more.
Okay, sir. How much time will it take?
There is an unclaimed body, died just 72 hours ago. Are you okay with it?
Yes, of course, not a problem. But make it fast. Remember one thing, no one could know or see the body.
Okay, ma'am. Give me 5,000. Fast. What happened? Are you doing surgery first time? Are you scared?
No, sir. I cannot take the body inside. Please help me.
What are you saying? I took the risk for you. Now you're asking me to take the body inside.
Please try to understand, sir. I alone cannot take this inside. There is no one else here to help. Please help me, sir. Please.
Oh ho. Okay. Grab the other end of it. Be careful, careful.
Now please show me the face of the dead body.
Want to see? Will you be scared? Heh 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 heh.
My mom, dad, and family members are searching for me everywhere. I haven't died yet. Without handing me over to my family or to a hospital, you are selling my dead body here.
Ooh, you were dead.
Lie. I wasn't dead.
Ma'am, please forgive me.
Call my father now. Tell him where I'm now. 99990-13406.
Hello?
Hello? Are you Laura's father?
Yes, I am Laura's father. Where is she?
Sir, I am Bob. Please forgive me, sir. I found your daughter 7 days ago. She was hit by a car. I sold her as a dead body without trying to save her. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive. Ma'am, please forgive me. I will never do this again. Please don't kill me. I will never do this again.
Forgive you.
Please. Please don't kill me. Don't kill me. Please.
On a cloudy, drowsy afternoon, I was sitting on one end of the long veranda, gazing at the distant mountains. We arrived at Swarnali Tea Estate just yesterday. Behind the lush tea gardens draped in green on the mountain slopes stands a wooden house. That's where our new home is. It's just the three of us, me, Runamasi, and Amit. Runamasi is like a mother to me. Ever since I was a child and my own mother fell ill, Masi has been by my side. When we decided to move this far after our marriage, it was Amit himself who requested her to come with us. Lost in these thoughts, I noticed the soft sunlight slipping down the side of the mountains. It had been raining all day. I was reclining comfortably in an easy chair, listening to music. Masi had gone out to find some milk. There aren't many shops in this new place. A few steps down the hill lies the workers' colony. Perhaps she went there. But that was about 3 hours ago. I was starting to get worried. What if she lost her way in this unfamiliar place? I saw Ma. That sweaty, oil-slicked face, her open hair, the red sindoor lovingly smeared in the parting of her hair. She was swaying gently, reading a book in the courtyard. Around her, puffed rice and popcorn were scattered. Squirrels and sparrows were happily feasting on their afternoon meal. I watched her from the balcony upstairs. She beckoned me with her hand. As I approached her, I saw her beautiful face transform, turning into that pale, thin look from her days of illness. Beneath her eyes, it seemed like centuries of exhaustion had come to rest. Her hair was dry and brittle, as if untouched by oil or water in ages. Slowly, gradually, she began to fade into smoke and disappeared into the air. Ma. I couldn't hold on to her. I woke up. I had dozed off right there on the chair. It was quite dark now. I had no idea what time it was. Small lights flickered like lamps in the houses nearby. Even the mountainside glimmered with tiny dots of light. My room was completely dark. I dragged my body, took a couple of steps forward, and flipped the switch. The light came on. Masi hadn't returned yet. Something must have happened. Amit would also be very late today. Overtime at work. I had no choice. I had to go out. Wrapping myself tightly in a jacket and cap, and taking an umbrella, I stepped out. Beyond the bend in the mountain, a little downhill, was the workers' colony. Masi must have gone that way. I started descending slowly along the rain-slicked path. On one side, a steep slope. On the other, a drop. One wrong step, and it would be over. As I climbed down a bit, the raindrops began to fall harder. I started thinking maybe I shouldn't have come out at all. But where could Masi have gone? Should I turn back, or keep walking toward the light ahead? As I wrestled with the thought, a sudden bolt of lightning tore through the sky. For a moment, the entire mountain lit up in bright white. In that flash, I saw a small house by the edge of the cliff around the bend. I hadn't noticed it in the dark before. The umbrella was no longer doing much against the rain. A couple more turns down the path would take me to the workers' colony. Cottages like this one by the roadside are usually rented out as homestays. The area was full of trees. One room in the wooden house glowed with a yellowish light. I decided I'd go there for help. As I walked a little further along the gravel path, a woman's voice called out from behind, and I stopped in my tracks.
Have you seen my son?
No, I haven't seen anyone. Have you seen a middle-aged woman passing this way?
Just as the old woman was about to head inside without answering me, a violent crack of thunder split the air. I instinctively covered my ears with both hands. At that moment, a fierce gust of wind tore the umbrella from my grip. The rain now felt like icy needles. The old woman finally spoke.
Come with me.
I followed her in silence and stopped in front of the house. Another flash of lightning blazed across the sky. In that eerie glow, I saw the faded wooden sign above the house. Maya Cottage. She opened the door and motioned silently for me to sit. Amit never mentioned there was a homestay on this side of the mountain. Then again, how could he? We'd only arrived here 2 days ago. Maybe he didn't even know himself. As soon as I sat down, the old woman appeared from inside with a steaming cup of tea.
Drink. It will feel good and cold.
One sip, and I instantly knew something was wrong. The taste was bitter, almost rotten, but I couldn't discard it, not with her standing right there. I changed the subject and asked her something.
Where has your son gone?
She didn't answer my question. Instead, she told me the house was built by her husband. He had passed away long ago. Now, she said, only the two of them live here. She placed a glass lantern nearby and disappeared into the inner room. From inside came the faint rustle of movement. Curious, I stepped forward. In the far corner of the room, I saw her doing something. As soon as she noticed me, she looked up and said,
I am cooking. My son will eat when he comes. Can you bring me some water from the well in front?
Instead, pointing toward a container with a vague gesture, she said the well was behind the house. Outside, the rain had turned into a relentless downpour. I started walking toward the back. Suddenly, something brushed against my foot. I looked down. It was a wristwatch, a woman's wristwatch. I recognized it instantly. It was the one I had gifted Runamasi. I picked it up and asked the old woman about it.
Where did you find this?
Just a while ago, a woman came by. Maybe she dropped her watch. Bring me the water.
When I tried to ask more about Masi, she cut me off sharply.
Bring the water first.
Something about her voice now sent a chill down my spine. Her tone, it had changed, become unnervingly strange. I still had my torch with me. I turned it on and moved toward the well. The beam of light cut through the darkness and fell into the well, and my whole body froze. Inside the dry, cracked well, Masi's body lay twisted. Limbs sprawled, her head severed from the neck. Just then, a night bird cried out from afar. I felt paralyzed by fear. Masi's open, lifeless eyes were still staring directly at me. Tears rose in my throat. And then a voice inside my head whispered, "You have to run. Run now." Right at that moment, something began crawling up from the well, on all fours. A shadowy black figure perched at the well's edge. In the flickering torchlight, I saw it. Its grotesque face, half covered by Masi's severed hand, dangling from its mouth like a piece of meat. My foot slipped. I nearly fell, but caught myself just in time. And then I saw the old woman. She had come out silently, holding a sharp knife in her hand. She was walking toward me, saying,
I get so hungry. And no one comes this way. So, those who lost their way, I let them rest in that well. All year long, my son and I.
But before she could finish, a body, mist-wrapped and glowing, appeared between us. A familiar scent. The soft fragrance of hibiscus hair oil filled the air, and tears burst from my eyes.
Mother!
The hazy form turned to look at me and screamed.
Poo-poo, run! I won't be able to keep them trapped for long! Poo-poo, run! Run, Poo-poo!
The two ghouls, the creature and the old woman, snarled but couldn't move toward me. They were held back by my mother. I ran. Behind me, the sound of demonic growls echoed. I slipped on wet stone and mud, but I kept running. My mother's voice rang in my ears over and over.
Run!
I kept running until finally I collapsed in front of a house, unconscious. When I opened my eyes, Amit was standing before me. The moment I saw him, the horrors came flooding back.
Auntie is no more, Amit. I also might have.
It took me a long time to recover. Later, I heard the rest of the story from Amit. Many years ago, Maya had lived in that cottage with her son. The boy was mentally ill. Whenever he entered the village, the children would throw stones at him. Out of fear, the old woman began locking him inside while she went to the market. One rainy evening while she was gone, the boy left the house on his own. That night, the mountain roads were blocked by a landslide. When Maya returned, the house was empty. Her son was missing. The next morning, in the pale daylight, she found his dead body lying at the bottom of the well. She believed the villagers had killed her son and dumped him there. After that, anyone who came near Maya Cottage was lured inside. She poisoned them with tea. Years later, the police uncovered many bodies in that well. But the old woman was never found. The cottage still stands, abandoned, untouched. Her soul and her sons still wander there. One afternoon, I drove past that place again. The cottage I had seen that night was no longer there. In its place, just a pile of rotting wood clinging to the mountainside. The final remains of Maya Cottage. But perhaps on another rain-drenched evening, if a wanderer loses their way, the old woman and her son will rise again. And with them, Maya Cottage will awaken once more.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more horror.
A few days ago, I met a very old friend. Smilingly, he told me.
Look, Tom, there is a very old haunted house in this city of London.
You're not telling the truth. You're joking. You're a scholar. You don't believe in ghosts.
No, bro, it's not a joke. I rented that house. I couldn't stay there for more than 3 days. It's not something special that I saw, but it's the sound. There's always a fear in my mind. There's an old lady in that house. I don't know how she lives, The old woman said that no tenant can stay in that house for more than 2 days.
After hearing my friend's words, I started to think, ghost house. After so long, I feel that my taste has satisfied. Forever my desire is to see ghosts. I can't tell you how many times I've wandered around graveyards, mausoleums, forests, but seeing ghosts never crossed my mind. That day never came. Did God fulfill my heart's desire today? Let's see what happens. I got to know the address of that house from a friend. I went in front of the house and saw that the door was locked. I heard from the neighbors that an old lady used to live in that house. She died a few days ago. One night a ghost came and killed her by twisting her neck. Since then, even crows do not enter into that house surroundings, and people also stay away from that house. Not even a mouse can stay at that house. I got more curious. After knowing the owner's address from the neighbors, I came to Hin.
You have heard many horrific true incident related to this house. I was in abroad for so long, and one of my cousin bought that house. I couldn't stay in that haunted house for too long. I stayed in that house for 2 days. Then I escape out of fear, just to save my life. If you want to stay in that house, you don't need to pay any rent.
Anyway, I took the key. I had a servant. He didn't believe neither ghost nor demon or evils. He was very brave and physically strong. I told him everything and asked, "Are you going to that house with me?" The servant said,
"How the ghost will come to me? I am scarier than the ghost. The ghost will run away when they see me."
I was happy to hear his brave words. Though I don't believe that ghosts exist, but still my soul wobble. My heart beats faster automatically, but having a partner gives you a lot of courage. I gave the key to the servant. "You go to that house. Keep the house clean, make the bed sheets, take my pistol and shot, and take yours too. I will go there in the evening." I went there in the evening. My servant opened the door. Seeing the smile on his face, I asked, "Is everything good?"
"Yes, sir. All is well."
"Have you seen anything?"
"I don't know. I didn't see anything, but I heard someone whispering in front of me. I heard this kind of sound repeatedly."
"Are you afraid?"
"Fear? What's that? I have no fear in my body. I have become the father of ghosts. If I see a real ghost, I will not be afraid, but I will be happy."
We entered into the house. I had a dog with me. The dog was very brave, but he was totally scared. We entered the house and started looking around. A huge building. 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, and so many floors are there. I can't even say how many rooms was there in that house. We arrived in a large room, and that day, for the first time, I had experienced a fear related to paranormal entities. The room was not cleaned by my servant. The floor was covered with dust. There was nothing at that place. Suddenly, I saw a footprint right in front of me. A child's footprint, what comes before it. There was no other print beside it, just that one print. I stepped forward and placed my own foot on that footprint. Just then, another footprint I saw in front of me. My servant and I looked at each other. In this way, the footprints of a child begin to fall on the dust. When I went to the other side of the room and appeared in front of the wall, I noticed there was no footprints at all. After leaving from that room, we started to see other rooms. We sat in another large room. It was midnight. The servant lit a candle and placed it on the table in front of me. At that moment, from the other side of the room, a bed flew in the air and landed right in front of me. I said, "Oh, not bad." Gradually, I saw something sitting on that bed. The shape of a human being, but his body is made up with very liquid smoke. The dog started crying out of fear. The servant went to handle him. He asked, turning to me as he petted the dog,
"Sir, did you stab me in the back?"
"Oh, what happened?"
"Someone hit me hard on the back."
I can't figure out how these things are being done by some scoundrel. However, I will not remain in silent until this mystery is solved. In the meantime, we left the house and went to the 2nd floor. Our bodies started to get tired due to some kind of physical fear. I can't describe what exactly that fear was. We felt that some terrible substance hostile to people was present in that room. Suddenly, the door closed. At first, we both pulling the door together, but we failed to open. The servant said,
"This door is made of thin plank. I will break it with 2 kicks. Then let's see how can the ghost save it."
But that door did not break even with many kicks. I also tried a lot. I could not break the broken door. Tired, we started to look at the house. Then there was a sound of loud laughter. The door slowly opened automatically. We rushed out of that terrible room. We came out of that room and stood on the balcony. On one side, a miraculous light of blue color was shining. We followed the light to see where it was coming from and where it was going. The light began to rise to the 3rd floor ahead of us by the stairs. The light entered a room 3 floors up. We assumed that the old lady lived alone in this room, and this house was her. There was a cupboard inside the room. I opened it and saw a silk handkerchief inside. 2 letters are tied on one side of the handkerchief. I left the room with 2 letters. To come to the 2nd floor, I started going down the stairs. It seemed that someone else was coming down next to me. But I didn't see anyone around. Suddenly, someone grabbed my hand. That invisible hand started trying again and again to snatch the 2 letters from my hand. Coming to my own bedroom, I asked the servant to sleep in a small room in front. The dog was very scared and took shelter in a corner of the house. Sometimes it started to sound like a loud cry. I started reading the 2 letters that I had brought from the upper room. 50 years ago, 2 letters were written by someone to his beloved one, but no one's name was written in it. Apart from the words of a good house, there was a hint of horror in it. It is as if someone has killed someone. After reading the 2 letters, I put them on the desk. 2 big lamps were burning in the house. This is winter country. The fire is burning in the fireplace. As a result, the room was flooded with bright light. There was a loud noise in the room. The dog is terrified and making loud noises. I went to stop him. The dog who loved me more than his life today tried to bite me. I did not dare to put my hands on him for fear of being bitten. At this time, the servant suddenly ran from his room and came to my room. His eyes were bloodshot. His whole body shows the impression of excitement and fear. He is having goosebumps. The face is blue.
"Sir, run away from here. If you stay here for a moment, you will die, baby. Oh my God, oh my God, oh God, oh God. Run away from here. Run away from here. Oh God."
Screaming like this, he came out of my room and started walking down the stair. He ran away. I was left alone in that horrible crematorium-like building. Now I was very scared. I thought I would run away, but all my friends would laugh at me. I got up on the bed. Suddenly, a human-like form appeared next to me like a palm tree. His head is up to the ceiling. His eyes started to burn like a fire. I shuddered. I reached for the pistol, but it couldn't reach it. The hand is useless and paralyzed. I tried to stand up, but my legs were numb. I tried to scream, but no words came out. I was in a state of loss of consciousness, but there was still a thought in my mind. I thought that if I am afraid now, then surely I will die quickly. So I tried to be patient. I tried to get up again. I could get up now. I slowly opened a window. It was full moon night. A little moonlight entered the house. In that light, I saw that the huge black statue, like a palm tree, was not in the house at all. Only his shadow was standing on one side of the room. I went to bed again. The round light of red, green, yellow colours started moving around the room. Then the house started shaking like an earthquake started. A girl's hand made of blood and flesh came out from under the two letters that I kept on the bed. I quickly went to grab that hand, but those two hands disappeared in an instant with the letters. Then a male figure entered the room. Then the figure of the boy. Moreover, I can't describe all the other terrible things that happened. Sometimes someone started trying to kill me by strangling me. Sometimes they started coming around my neck to break my neck. I was full of courage and shook his hand. It is a matter of wonder how I survived that night. The landlord heard all the words. Strange things came out from under the soil of that room. There is neither time nor necessity to say what those things are. The owner of the house burnt all those things in fire. From that day on, the ghosts went away from that house.
The year was 2005 or 6. At that time, online cab booking services were not available. The business of pool car services was doing very well. Robin was also into this pool car business. It was winter time. It was very cold outside. He had a booking this night for a marriage party. After dropping people, he was returning home. The time says it's 3 a.m. Robin was feeling very cold inside the car also. There was a low music playing in the music system of the car. The highway was empty. Not even a car or a person was visible. That's why he increased the speed of the car. The speed of the car was 80 to 100 kilometers per hour. After reaching a point, he saw that a bus is overtaking him at a high speed. It felt a bit mysterious to him, because at this time no bus runs in this route. After thinking for a while, he came into a conclusion that the bus may be going to the garage. Robin noticed that the bus continued in the front or side lane after overtaking him. Robin could see everything in front of him. In the distance, a woman holds a small child, waving her hand. Robin saw the woman waving her hand and trying to get the bus to stop. It seemed strange to Robin. What is a woman doing on the street at night? Thinking quickly, he saw that the bus did not stop. Instead, it ran over the woman and the child. Robin saw, then the bus was moving away at a high speed. And the road ahead of him is covered in flesh and blood. The head of the woman and the ear were completely bruised. Two bodies are lying on the road. He seems to be getting closer to the scene. Robin first thought not to stop because if a policeman came to the section at this time, he will get into trouble. He stopped, even though he thought he wouldn't stop. Stopping, he lowered a glass and peered down the road, and was surprised. There was nothing. There is nothing on the road. The road is completely empty. He saw from a distance that blood was spread on the road, but there is nothing in that spot. No blood or dead bodies. Since he was a driver, drivers see many things on the road, so he could figure it out. Guessing the matter, he hastily raised the glass of the window and was about to leave when someone put a hand on his back. A woman's voice called out to Robin from behind her hand.
Take me to hospital.
Looking back at the looking glass chilled Robin's bones. He saw a woman with her head hanging from her neck and a small baby in her lap. The kid's head was bruised. Bleeding continues and his car fills with blood. The woman held Robin in cold hands and said,
Take me to hospital.
Robin doesn't know what to do. Leave the car and run away? Or something else? Absent-mindedly, he drove on at high speed. Robin is running with the car and occasionally hears someone from behind saying, Take me to the hospital. Take me to hospital. After driving at high speed, when he came in front of the hospital, he looked in the looking glass with fear and saw that there was no one in the back seat. There are no bloodstains or dead bodies. Then Robin fainted as he got out of the car. People from shops around the hospital picked him up and admitted him to the hospital. He never drove a car after this incident. He gave up driving